Hey, what's up, everyone? Starlet here, and it's been a while since I've recorded a video. Probably like 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know. I was gonna record one like a week ago, I guess, but actually ended up getting sick and went to the hospital. Um, so I'll go right into it. So it's not a long old video like all of my videos are crazy long. So anyways, I ended up having a kidney infection, but I didn't know it at first, of course. Like, we never know at first. But anyways, it was like over a week ago, I had been hurting on the right side of my back. But I had just figured I pulled a muscle. I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, that's what it has to be. It's got to be a pulled muscle. It was pretty sore. It was hurting. I'm not one that likes to complain. I mean, I did complain a little maybe, but not much. I just didn't pay it any attention. So anyways, 2 days went by, and I don't know, it's just been like kind of a stressful time. I mean, it's been stressful for a while, but just been extra stressful lately. And so, let's see, it was Thursday, a week ago. It was like on the 9th of June, because it's probably a little over a week ago now. I can't even think straight. I went to the store with my mom and my son, my little one, my 5-year-old. And I was already kind of upset. Got into a disagreement earlier, and I just had a whole lot on my mind. And we were in the aisle, and I kind of wasn't feeling good, but I didn't think nothing of it. My back was still hurting. And I'm standing there in the aisle, and all of a sudden I kind of felt hot and then cold. I don't know how to describe it. It was like hot inside, but I felt cold on the outside. It was almost like clammy on the outside. And I started to feel like I was going to faint. I started to feel kind of dizzy, lightheaded. And I've fainted before. I've felt dizzy before, but this felt really different. It was almost like it was slowly happening or happening in slow motion. And so my little son was in the big part of the basket and or the cart. And my mom was getting something from in the aisle. And I'm sorry, I'm still kind of a little out of breath. I'm still not feeling 100%, but I'm getting there. I leaned over the cart, and I just felt kind of like my blood racing, and I started to get really cold chills. And then my mom came from behind me, and she like grabbed my arm. She told me to breathe, and I just couldn't catch my breath. I'm like, no, I have to sit down. And she's like, what's wrong with you? She's like, you're getting pale. And I just said, I gotta sit down. So she helped me sit down, and my body just started shaking, like I was just uncontrollably shaking. And I felt like I was gonna faint, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was gasping for air. And there were some really nice people in the store. They were passing by, and they were saying, can they help? And my mom said, yeah, to call the manager, but they didn't come right away. So someone else was like, her lips are purple. I can just hear them saying she's really pale. Oh my God. And so they said, do you want to call a paramedic? And I just said, yeah, because I knew this wasn't like normal. I was really scared, but just trying to, continue to breathe. And my son was in the cart still, so one of the customers asked if she could, help take him out because he wanted to come near me. So she took him out, and then someone called the paramedics, and within probably like 5 minutes they got there. And it was my son was all impressed because the firemen came with them and they all started working on me at once. I had never been through that before. Like, someone grabbed one arm and was putting the blood pressure cuff, someone was grabbing the other, was feeling my pulse, and put something on my finger, I think. Can't really remember what that was. I just remember my mom drenching me in water. Like, she got a bottle of water and, like, completely poured it over me. And I was just like, stop, stop. Or trying to say stop. And I know what's crazy is I could feel my son feeling more comfortable when the firemen got there because those are like his heroes. But anyways, they picked me up. That was so cute, though. Seriously, he was all amazed. They picked me up and they put me on the stretcher. And I went to the emergency room. They did like lots of blood tests, urine, and all kind of stuff. And it was just like, turned out to be a really bad kidney infection. My blood pressure was high. I had like pressure in my head, and they asked me, are you stressed out? Your body's showing signs of stress. And I told them the truth. I said, yeah, I am. And, because you got to be honest with them and tell them what you feel so that they can like properly diagnose you. They took x-rays, they did an ultrasound, they did different kinds of things like that. So it was forever though. You wait in the ER forever. I was like, I was in the stretcher for a while, and then they put me in a wheelchair. I just remember barely able to hold my head up. And my mom, my son followed the paramedics, and so they were there with me once they met up with me in the ER. And then, so anyways, I was there forever. I got there like probably, I don't know. I don't remember the time I got there, honestly. I just remember I left like at 1 a.m. probably. And so a few days later, they had given me antibiotics and stuff like that. A few days later, I think it was like, that happened on a Thursday. Like on Tuesday, I couldn't take the pain in my head. It was like pressure. And then I felt pain in my ribs. Like every time I would sneeze or cough or whatever, I would feel pain. And when your kidneys are messed up, I don't know if it was the stress or if it's just the kidney infection, but like my whole body was hurting. Like I felt pain in my legs. I felt pain in my back. I mean, I still feel some pain like in my ribs a little, but I don't know if that's just from my body being tensed up. But anyway, Tuesday I went back into the ER, and they did like a CAT scan and all kind of things, and they just said, it definitely is stress because we're not seeing anything wrong with, like physically wrong with your head. And they took blood panels, and they took some more tests again, and they saw that the kidney infection was clearing up. I just had to continue the antibiotic. So that's pretty much what happened. And I don't know, I'm telling you guys, like, stress really can take a toll on your body. And I was so afraid that day. Like, I really hate to admit that. I really hate to even complain about anything. And I don't like to be able to not do anything. This thing really put me down. Like I couldn't do anything. And I felt dizzy. I felt all kind of stuff. And I don't know if that was, again, like, because of the kidney infection. Because the kidneys are, like, one of your most important organs. Or two. I know I've been stressed out, so it's a biggie too. But it's just, I don't know, I was scared. I was thinking about my kids. So much went through my head that day. And I just told myself I cannot let people or situations stress me out like that. I got to take better care of myself. And I was thinking, like, I don't know. I just got to take better care of myself. I'm always busy trying to think of other things, other people, or whatever it is. It's not even just that. It's just people can stress you out. And whether they're close to you or meaning to or not, sometimes they just don't realize, I guess. Or sometimes they just don't care. Some people don't, but you have to care about you. Because I know and believe it more than ever. Stress can kill you. I really believe that. And I don't know, that day I was scared, man. Like, my body was numb, I was tingly, and just the days that followed, I could barely eat. I was just eating like fluids, liquid, I wasn't hungry. No kind of appetite. I was forcing myself to have, just pretty much liquids and fruit. They said cranberry juice and water, and that stuff does help. And you've got to drink water as much as possible. And this thing really scared me. I went from drinking coffee. I love coffee, you guys, and anyone who knows me knows I love coffee. I just went cold turkey and didn't drink any coffee. I didn't want to drink anything that could hurt the kidneys or just be unhealthy in general. And from here on, I mean, I always try to be healthy, but you don't, until you're like hit with reality, you're like, okay, I gotta eat better. I gotta take better care of myself. And I really am self-conscious of that. And I don't know, I just want to be healthy for myself, for my kids. And I'm really thankful for everyone who checked on me. You know who you are. I appreciate you guys. I'm not going to get emotional. It meant a lot. And just thank you guys. Take care of yourselves. I know things get hard. I know things are tough. But you have to find strength. And you have to, above strength, you have to find a way to sometimes, excuse my French, but say fuck it. Or forget it. I'm sorry. I know it. I don't know. You just have to realize that you cannot fix everything and you can't make everyone happy. And some things you just have no control over, and that's okay. Just take care of yourself. You do have control of that. It's important because when your body shuts down on you, it just does, and you don't have any control over that. So while you're in control, take care of your mind as much as you can, and your spirit and your body, because it all goes together. I really honestly didn't know how much stress could really, do to you. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of share all that with you guys. Some of you know, like right now I'm going through the whole inspection thing, and my managers gave us, they want to sell the house. There's just a bunch going on, and then just other personal things other than that. So I'm so open with you guys because it is what it is. It's real, it's happening, and I just want you guys to be able to relate and hopefully do better than what I do, and hopefully I can learn and help someone, or, be better for myself and for my kids. My kids helped me so much during this time, and my mom, she was going to the grocery store without me, because usually I'm going with her, and my little boy, my little girl, they're helping bringing me water and rubbing my back and stuff like that. And my oldest son didn't want to approach me at first. I think he was kind of scared, not used to seeing mom down like that, but they're all my little soldiers. They're strong and beautiful, and so that's about it. I'm glad that it wasn't worse. And I know I'm being dramatic, and I'm sorry. And I think of my dad and how strong he was, and I feel bad for complaining. I feel bad for even hurting. Like, how can you not handle this? And your dad was